La capitale d'Italia è Roma! Roma! È Roma la capitale d'Italia e vi dico di più. Roma dovrebbe essere la capitale dell'Unione Europea e voglio portare questa rivendicazione nel Parlamento Europeo, perché la capitale dell'Unione Europea non può essere il posto più comodo dove mettere gli uffici, deve essere il posto che rappresenta meglio la sua identità millenaria.
This is my video update on this Sunday afternoon, January the 19th, coming to you from Limassol, Cyprus. Let's talk about some news and let's start things off with TikTok. What else are we going to talk about? TikTok is the news cycle, and TikTok is no more in the United States. The message came up today saying, sorry, TikTok isn't available right now. TikTok is offline. A law banning TikTok has been enacted in the US. Unfortunately, that means you can't use TikTok for now. We are fortunate that President Trump has indicated that he will work with us on a solution to reinstate TikTok once he takes office. Please stay tuned. That's the message that you get, I guess, when you try to access TikTok or download TikTok. That's what you are going to see. And it's not only TikTok, it's, from what I understand, it's all of the BitDance or ByteDance, whatever they're called, ByteDance apps like Lemon 8 and also CapCut, which is an app editing tool. They're also offline. So, from what I understand, Trump has already come out with a statement. Let's just go walking. Let's go walking. The mall is over there. There's a big casino right over there. I have no idea what's down that way, but you know what? We're very close to the UK. We are very close to Britain. The base, which is also British territory, somewhere around, I think around that way, but I'm not quite sure. Maybe that way, actually, maybe straight ahead as well. So we'll see what happens if I walk straight ahead. There's no one around because these are all new areas that are being developed in Limassol. So let's see what happens if I walk straight ahead. Maybe I'll enter UK territory. Anyway, what was I saying? Yeah, Trump has said that when he takes office tomorrow, when he's inaugurated, he will give 90 days, reinstate TikTok, and from what I understand, 90 days it'll be back online, and it has 90 days to be sold to a U.S. buyer. Is that what's going on here? But TikTok has said that they're not going to be sold. BitDance has said we're not selling to a U.S. buyer. I don't know. We'll see what happens. We will see what happens. I imagine it'll be back online tomorrow or the day after tomorrow, after the inauguration on the 21st. We will see. This is a developing story. Let's go to Project Ukraine. Let's talk about what is happening in Ukraine because we have lots of news to talk about. According to Russian media, a pilot, an F-16 pilot who was training Ukrainian pilots, was killed during an Iskander missile strike at an F-16 training facility in Kryvyi Rog. And the Russian media, keep in mind, this is Russian media, they claim that this F-16 pilot from Denmark had trained hundreds of Ukraine F-16 pilots, something like that. He was one of the best F-16 pilots, and he was at this facility. And the Russian military, they hit this facility with missiles, Iskanders, destroyed the facility, and this pilot was also killed in the process. Now, I don't know if this is true or not true. This is what Russia's saying. I don't think we've had a comment from Denmark, from the military officials in Denmark, or this pilot. If nothing happened to this pilot, if he's okay, I don't think we've seen a statement from him either, so that he can refute, so that this claim from Russia could be refuted. I don't know. This is what Russia's saying. We'll wait and see what happened, but the F-16 training facility was hit by Russian missiles. So that happened. That happened yesterday. A lot of people are talking about this story. On the front lines, the Russian military continues to advance. They are at Pokrovsk. There are reports from Ukraine, from the Ukraine side of things, saying that the Russian military has actually entered Pokrovsk. I'm not sure if that's what's going on, but this is what Ukraine is saying. And there are also reports saying that the Russian military, the strategy is to just bypass Pokrovsk, not actually go into the town, the city, and fight in the town or city. Just bypass it altogether and just keep on pushing forward. But we are getting reports from Ukraine media channels, Ukraine military mappers. They are claiming that Russia is now 4.5 kilometers away from Dnipropetrovsk region, from the region of Dnipropetrovsk, which means that just last week there were 6.5 kilometers, 7 to 6.5 kilometers from Dnipropetrovsk region. Now they're 4.5. They've been making gains, the Russian military. Let me read you, actually, what one of the Ukraine mapping channels said. AMK mapping. The path to Dnipropetrovsk Oblast is open for Russia. There are no open fields that need to be crossed. All they have to do is clear Udachna, move along the windbreaks on either side of the railway line, and clear Molodetske. There are also tree lines positioned in a way that will allow them to branch off and protect both their northern and southern flanks. All of this can be achieved while being under the cover of trees. This is why I believe the first entry will come from Udachne rather than from Uspenivka, Nadlivka, Novoandrivka, or Velka Novosilka. The Russians are getting very close to Dnipropetrovsk, to the Dnieper. And when they reach the Dnieper, it's pretty much game over, right? That's what's going to happen. That is what is happening. That is what is happening. The Russian military is making very, very quick advances. The Ukraine military is crumbling. So anyway, those are the reports. Once again, these are from Ukraine sources. Maria Zakharova, she responded to for sale. Anyone want to live here? That'd be an interesting place to live. She responded to the UK-Ukraine 100-year bilateral agreement that was signed the other day as Starmer made his first trip to Kiev. And this is what Maria Zakharova had to say. Now remember, in this agreement, it talks about the UK Navy setting up shop in the Black Sea, right? So here is what Zakharova said. The document also commits the two countries to establishing a partnership in the field of maritime security, including with the aim of strengthening the security of the Baltic, Black, and Azov seas. This reflects London's long-standing desire to gain a foothold in these waters, especially in the Azov Black Sea basin, Zakharova told reporters on Saturday. We would like to warn the dreamers at Bankova and Downing Street that there is no place for either Ukraine or the UK for cooperation in the Sea of Azov, she added, using a shorthand term for government buildings in Kiev. Now, why am I bringing up this statement from Zakharova? I'm bringing this up because she does mention the agreement between the UK and Ukraine was about strengthening security in the Baltic, Black, and Azov seas. So she talks about this bilateral agreement, the UK Navy strengthening security, Baltic Sea, Black Sea, and Azov Sea. So she mentions that. But then further down in her statement, she says that this is London's long-standing desire to gain a foothold in these waters, especially in the Azov-Black Sea basin. And then she gives this statement that the UK will never, there is no place for either Ukraine or the UK in the Sea of Azov. She doesn't mention the Black Sea. The further down you go in her statement. So you start off talking about the Baltic, Black Sea, and Sea of Azov. Then she says the UK has always wanted to be present in the Sea of Azov Black Sea basin. Then she says that Ukraine or the UK will never be in the Sea of Azov. She doesn't mention the Black Sea. I'm just throwing this out there because after this bilateral agreement was signed by Starmer and the Green Goblin, there was a lot of correctly there was a lot of analysis saying, okay, well, the UK wants to get a foothold in the Black Sea. Well, that means that Russia's going to have to go all the way to ODYSEE and beyond to make sure that the Black Sea is secured, and the UK Navy or any NATO collective West Navy can never enter the Black Sea area. Well, Turkey's there, but I'm talking about the coast of Ukraine, to make sure that the coast of Ukraine doesn't become a NATO lake. But in the statement, Zakharova says, towards the end, she says Sea of Azov, which would not mean ODYSEE. Maybe. I'm just throwing this out there. Just throwing it out there. Starmer gave an interview to Politico, and he said that this is after his trip to Kiev. Politico interviewed him, and he said that he's going to be Prime Minister of the UK for 10 years. 10 years. That's his goal. Prime Minister of the UK for 10 freaking years. Politico actually says in the article, 10-year Keir. 10-year Keir. You see, no more two-tier Keir. Forget about two-tier Keir. Let's change it all up. And let's talk about 10-year Keir. Oh, man. Oh my God, 10 years. That's what Keir Starmer wants. 10 years, Starmer told Politico. He says that Labour needs 10 years to put Britain back on track. In an exclusive interview with Politico, Starmer scotched speculation about an early election, stating clearly that the next one won't come before mid-2029. And he declared that he intends to win it and then serve out a full second term. Wow. Wow. 10 years of Keir Starmer, huh? Whew. That's not good. I don't think that's going to happen. Where am I? Where am I? I'm nowhere, man. Yeah. Let's go back. Maybe we can walk over to the casino, huh? Yeah, I'm in the industrial area. Yeah, let's walk. Let's see if we can make our way over to the casino. It's a long walk. 10 years of Keir Starmer, huh? Delusional, bro. He is delusional. Man, Keir Starmer, you are freaking delusional. I think he would be 71 when he starts, if he were to start his second full term in 2029. Oh boy. Fico, the prime minister of Slovakia, he responded to Elensky's snub with regards to meeting in Davos. I talked about this in my video update yesterday, where Fico said, look, we can meet in Davos. I believe the World Economic Forum is taking place very soon. And Fico said we can meet in Davos. And then Elensky said, nah, we're not going to meet in Davos because I don't even know if you'll be able to make it, Fico, because your travel itinerary is decided by the Kremlin. A really snarky, something like that, a really snarky, rude comment from Elensky. Well, Fico has now responded to Elensky, and he gave the right response. He put out the right statement. He said that most likely Slovakia is going to have to stop financing for Ukraine, even at an EU level, to vote against any further money to the Green Goblin. Ooh, Elensky's not going to like hearing that. He is not going to like that. Yeah, that's how you hit Elensky where it really hurts. Cut off his money. That's how you really get to Elensky. So that was Fico's response. We need to do an update now on what is going on with the Gaza ceasefire, because we got some news there as well. So yesterday, Netanyahu, he was saying that most likely the ceasefire was going to break down, even though everything was signed and agreed on, because Israel had not received the list from Hamas with the names of hostages that would be released. And so Netanyahu was saying we can't go through with the agreements of the ceasefire because we don't have a list of names. And then Hamas provided the list. And today, I believe today, 3 hostages will be released. Three women that were taken hostage by the end of the day today. Most likely by the time this video goes up, those hostages will have been released. Maybe today or maybe tomorrow. But very soon, Hamas said they're going to release these hostages. They gave the names of the 3 hostages. And from what I understand, they handed over the list as well. So it does look like Hamas wants this ceasefire to hold. Because Netanyahu came out with a statement and said, we don't have a list. And then a few hours later, Hamas was like, okay, well, here are the names. So that happened yesterday. And then Netanyahu put out a statement, a weird statement, where he was talking about how he's been speaking with Trump and that Israel's going to complete the first phase of the agreement. The agreement is in 3 phases, the ceasefire. But then after the first phase, with Trump's blessing, this is pretty much what he said, with Trump's blessing, after the first phase and after hostages are released, then they're going to continue with the war. That's pretty much, I'm summarizing what he said in the statement, but that's pretty much what he was saying. I don't know if that's if that's what's going to happen, to be quite honest. I think he's trying to figure out a way to either get away from the ceasefire or to downplay the ceasefire, probably for political reasons, definitely for political reasons, because he's got guys like Gvir and Smotrich who actually now Gvir has quit the government. He's gone. So Netanyahu's trying to figure out a way to go forward with the ceasefire while not losing the support of these guys. But from what I understand, Netanyahu, even if he loses Gvir and Smotrich, and it does look like Gvir is gone, I imagine Smotrich is also going to leave, he does have support from other parties and other parts of the parliament and of the government that will support the ceasefire. I think he's not telling it as it is, or he's miscalculating on what he thinks Trump is up to. But my belief, and I could be wrong about this, is that Trump does not want to see the conflict begin again, the war in Gaza to begin again. I don't think he wants it to begin again. He wants the ceasefire, at least in his first year or two. He wants the ceasefire to absolutely hold. That's just my thinking of things. As I said in past videos, Trump has got a very ambitious agenda for the United States, and Gaza, Ukraine, any other conflicts could knock his entire America First agenda way off course. I just don't think he wants that. But we'll see. We will see. Maybe Netanyahu is correct in what he said in his statement yesterday, and maybe it's going to be phase 1 and then everything's going to restart again. I don't know. This is just my view of it. I just have a sense that Trump doesn't want the conflict to start up again. But I also think that Netanyahu he's playing politics. He's playing politics. He's in a difficult position. He is in a difficult position right now. So in Romania, do an update on Romania, we got protests again today, right? I think today we have protests, or yesterday, because the court, they ruled that the High Court actually rejected resuming the elections, going to the second round. So the case that was being heard by the court was, look, now that we've had evidence come out from Snoop.ru and their investigation that this was not a TikTok Russia interference thing, and we know exactly what happened with the first round of the elections, let's continue the second round and let's get the elections wrapped up. And the court said, nope, we are not going to continue to the second round of the elections. Which means that the court in Romania, the Iohannis government, which is not even legitimate, is it? It's not even legit. The European Union, it looks like their plan is to just do a complete do-over. Rerun the elections all over again. Do it all over. A new first round, a new second round, new candidates. Block Georgescu from running. Maybe even not allow the EU-friendly Lasconi from running. Just do a complete do-over, pre-approve the candidates, the EU, the globalists, the oligarchs. They're going to pre-approve whatever candidates they throw out there and just do the whole thing from the beginning. That seems to be what they want to see happen. And so you had protests again. You had protests in Romania because the people in Romania, they are not going to roll over. That's for sure. They want a fair election. That's what they want. A free and fair election. And none of this TikTok rubbish. TikTok election interference rubbish. It sounds so stupid, doesn't it? Every time I talk about this story, it just sounds so dumb. Russia used TikTok posts to interfere in the election. I mean, it is just nonsense, man. You just say it out loud. People that actually buy into this story, just say it out loud and try not to laugh at how ridiculous the entire narrative is. Oh boy. So before we get to Clown World, we'll do one more story. I walked all the way back. Okay, let's walk to the casino, man. Let's walk to the casino. See if we can check it out. So Axios is reporting on Venezuela. They have an article with the title, Trump's team wants Maduro to leave Venezuela. But not with military means. Sanctions, regime change, NGOs, information wars, all of these things. The information space. They don't want to use the military. They don't want anything like that to happen. According to Axios, the Trump team, Trump officials that they've spoken to. So this is not Trump. These are Trump, people close to Trump or Trump officials that are going to enter the administration. They are saying that they would be happy with Maduro hanging out with Assad in Moscow. This is according to Axios. Trump's team says it wants Maduro to go the way of recently toppled Syrian dictator Assad, but regime change doesn't necessarily mean military action, Trump advisors say. We wouldn't mind one bit seeing Maduro being neighbors with Assad in Moscow, a Trump advisor involved with foreign policy discussions told Axios. A Trump advisor involved with foreign policy discussions. It's not even Trump. It's not even the Trump administration or the soon-to-be Trump administration or the soon-to-be Trump team. It's none of that, man. Their source is a Trump advisor involved with foreign policy discussions. Some guy who was in a room hearing a discussion on Venezuela and Maduro. But to be fair to Axios, no doubt that Trump would like to see Maduro go. It was during his first term where we got the whole Juan Guaido thing, and that became a meme. The whole Guaido is president. That was under Trump's first term. So Venezuela, spheres of influence, and Venezuela could be seen by the United States, if you go by the spheres of influence thinking, as part of a sphere of influence, right? You could make that case. And Maduro, he's far away from Russia, from China. You know, you got Brazil there, but from what I understand, Brazil, Lula, Venezuela, I don't know, are they on good terms? I don't think they're on the best of terms. Look at all the oranges. Look at the oranges. Oh man. Let's walk down that way. Anyway, yeah, Trump will try to get Maduro to go. That would not surprise me one bit. And Venezuela's in a tough position. They are in a tough position because it'll be hard for some of the BRICS powers to stop a regime change operation. Oh man, it's so beautiful here. Look at that. Sorry. Oranges or lemons? Man, I have no idea what these are. I'm so bad at this stuff. I am so bad at this stuff. I don't know, maybe someone in the comments will let everybody know what we're looking at here. Because I'm clueless. All I know is that it's really nice. It's a beautiful little area. All right, let's walk. There's a path here. Let's see where it goes. So let's get to some clown worlds. I think I've got 2 clown worlds for today. How am I doing on time? All right, we're doing good on time. We're doing really good on time. So I can take my time on these clown worlds. So the first clown world, we go to the inauguration, which is happening tomorrow. Big inauguration. Bye-bye, Bidenopolis, Greece's favorite son. See you later. Sayonara. Adios, amigo. Dos vidania, Bidenopolis. Yeah, tomorrow, the inauguration. So Politico, they ran an article talking about how the inauguration is infested with far-right leaders. Far-right! Oh my God, all these far-right leaders are going to show up to the inauguration. Oh my God, far-right. Anything but far-right. And the 2 leaders that I believe are confirmed, maybe I'm missing some names, but the 2 leaders that are confirmed are Milei and Maloney. Milei and Maloney. And Maloney, you got to be careful about Maloney, Trump team. Be very careful with Maloney. I've got a sneaking suspicion that she's a kind of Trojan horse for the globalists, for NATO. You know, she's there to be your friend and sweet talk you, but her ultimate goal is to make sure that you're invested in NATO and the globalist cause and Project Ukraine and more war. I don't know, that's my feeling with Maloney. I could be wrong, but anyway. Milei and Maloney. Maybe there are more world leaders that are going to be at the inauguration. But I'll tell you one world leader, City of Dreams. I'll tell you one world leader that's not going to be there. If you even consider him a world leader, the Russians don't. His name is Elensky, the Green Goblin. He will not be going to the inauguration. So where's the clown world in all of this? Well, it's kind of a clown world. But according to Trump Jr. and the social media post that he put out there the other day, it's like no path to walk or anything. According to Trump Jr., Elensky asked 3 times, 3 freaking times, to go to the inauguration, to be invited. 3 times, man. Please, please, Trump, invite me, please. I will bring Podolyak. You like Podolyak. Everyone likes Podolyak. Podolyak is the life of the party. What's an inauguration without Podolyak, eh? He was denied all 3 times, according to Trump Jr. And then Trump Jr. called him a weirdo. Because he called him a freaking weirdo because Elensky, after he was denied 3 times, he was telling the Collective West media that he just can't make it to the inauguration. The Trump team would have liked him to be there, but he's just too busy and just can't make it. And Trump Jr. is like, this guy's a weirdo, man. We turned him down 3 times. Oh, man. I'm a creep. I'm a weirdo. What the hell am I doing here? I don't belong here. Epidoliak, you like Radiohead? I like Radiohead. Very good music. Anyway, yeah, that's something, huh? 3 times denied. 3 times denied. All right, one more clown world and we'll wrap this video up. So the Schultz, the pirate Schultz, Annalena Baerbock feud has now become a meme. Bild put out an article the other day, which has, they were in some sort of a meeting, and this is all about the $3 billion in funding for Ukraine that Schultz is saying, look, I'm not going to take the $3 billion from our budget, from pensions and stuff like that, and hand it over to Elensky. If Germany wants to get a loan, that's fine. But Annalena's like, no, take it out of pensions, take it out of the German citizens' money. I don't care. We got to get this money to the Green Goblin because he's super cool. We got to get him $3 billion, Annalena is saying. So they got into a big fight, and there was some sort of meeting in Germany. And Annalena, the photo is of Annalena walking away or running away with Schultz's outstretched hand trying to grab Annalena, and that represents the row, the fight between 360 and the pirate. And so all kinds of memes now are circulating from this photo. Annalena actually responded to the memes and to the talk about this photo and the fight with Schultz. And she said, and I quote, "I didn't see what was going on behind my back at all. I don't have eyes in the back of my head." That's what Annalena said in response to this photo. Annalena, 360? You don't have eyes in the back of your head? Really? Oh, come on, Annalena. You're 360 degrees. You have eyes everywhere. You have eyes everywhere, Annalena. So the memes are pretty funny too. Actually, the memes are very funny. One of the memes seems to be Schultz holding a ticket or a check or something to give to Annalena as she's running away. Another meme has her vanishing. And then you have the other meme with Schultz touching God, the pirate, right? Anyway, that's the clown world. That's the video. Not a bad walk, huh? The Duran.locals.com. We are on Rumble, ODYSEE, BitChute, Telegram, Rockfin, and X. Go to the Duran shop, pick up some merch like what I'm wearing in this video update. The link to the Duran shop is in the description box down below. Take care.